what looks like a giant spaceship parked in the lush flats of Cupertino, California, is actually tech giant Apple's new HQ, fittingly named the Apple Park. This architecture sprawls across 176 acres of land and might just be one of the most stunning campuses in the world. Despite its incredibly futuristic looks, the Apple Park has been a long time in the making.
Steve Jobs first announcing the project way back in 2006.
It took 8 long years of planning, proposals, and permit applications.
By 2014, construction was well underway, and by 2017, the vast Apple workforce was already starting to move in.
The massive ring-shaped building is now an iconic symbol of the Apple brand and is a fantastic testament to the company's dedication to effortless design, sustainability, and the future of technology. It was originally estimated that the campus would cost just $500 million to put together. However, the land alone and the cost quickly started to overrun. By 2011, the budget in place had multiplied to a little under $3 billion. And when it was all said and done, Apple were looking at a bill closer to $5 billion build.
Is a big sum of money for any company to justify.
We need to see the projections.
Any company except Apple, that is, who's currently worth $2 trillion, is estimated to profit around $60 billion by the end of this year alone. So where was all that money spent? And what makes the Apple Park so incredible? For starters, the campus is made up of multiple buildings. However, about 80% of the land is still considered to be green space. Apple and the designers put a lot of effort into making the park fit seamlessly into nature, planting over 9,000 drought-resistant trees throughout the grounds, including cherry, apricot, olive, and of course a few varieties of apple, to encourage workers to maintain a healthy lifestyle. The grounds feature 3.2 kilometers worth of various walking and running trails, as well as 1,000 bikes that can be used to commute between the buildings. Other lifestyle facilities include a gym, wellness center, and a couple of basketball courts. There's also a huge 2-story yoga studio where the desk jockeys can wind down and ease out their back pain. Campus really does look after its staff and the environment too. All of the buildings are incredibly eco-friendly, with the main ring construction being home to one of the world's largest rooftop solar farms. The solar-covered roof generates up to 17 megawatt of power, which is enough to meet 75% of the campus's energy demand during peak times. The rest of the campus's needs are met by on-site fuel cells, powered by biofuel or natural gas.
The main building also utilizes a natural ventilation system,
meaning that it doesn't use traditional heating and cooling methods for 9 months of the year, furthering the space's green credentials. Nicknamed the spaceship or the ring,
the central circular building is quite a sight to behold, sitting 4 stories high.
It has over 12 million square feet of office space and enough room to accommodate up to 12,000 members of staff. To bring the outside world in, the designers incorporated a lot of glass into the build,
And the construction even features, there are 800 of the 45 West Arrow
and around 3,000 smaller panels to be found, which I'm sure is great at keeping the 12,000 staff members feeling energized throughout their long working days. Despite being hidden from sight, one of the most amazing spaceship features happens to be found deep underground. Main Ring is one of the few buildings in the US and the world to make use of base isolation, which protects the ring from even the worst of Californian earthquakes. The isolation system is made up of 692 huge stainless, which allow the building to shift up to 4T in any given direction without causing any structural damage. Also to be found underground is an expansive parking area and road network that's completely hidden from sight. These amenities underground was an absolute necessity in order to maximize the green space in and around the Apple Park. Other features to be found around the campus include 7 cafes, with the largest being sprawled across 3 levels with enough seating for 3,000 people. The huge catering team says it has enough capacity to feed around 15,000 people every lunchtime. So there's definitely some growing room if Apple decides to expand its already huge workforce. Also within the park's grounds is the inspiring Apple Auditorium, formerly known as the Steve Jobs Theater. Spectacular circular glass building mirrors the spaceship in its form and is topped with the world's largest carbon fiber roof. The theater includes a 42-high glass elevator that takes guests underground to the 1,000-seat auditorium. Made from chemically tempered glass. The elevator is also considered to be the tallest freestanding glass elevator in the world. Other buildings dotted around the park include a 100,000 square foot fitness center, two 300,000 square foot research and development facilities, a care clinic, and the visitor center, which happens to be the only building in the entire park that guests can visit without a pass. The Apple Park Visitor Center is all under one roof, but it's divided into 4 very special sections. A 10,000 feet Apple store filled with the latest Apple products, a 2,000-tea cafe, an observation deck where you can look over the campus, and a designated AR experience area. The Apple Park is so full of amazing features and amenities, more so than almost any other work environment in the world. Apple has thought of everything from their environmental footprint to keeping their workforce call up with food, leisure, and creativity.
There have been a few complaints about the open-plan office spaces,
with some workers saying that they are distracting, counterproductive, and removes opportunity for privacy. But still, the futuristic facility has been incredibly well received.
The response has been amazing.
I agree, it's fantastic.
And has set a new world standard in how amazing a work environment can truly be.